So now we're going to convert a random variable x to a standard normal variable z. What do you mean by a normal variable? For our example, for our first example, if the random variable is 87, the z-score is 0. If it is 91, the z-score is 1. So this is the random variable. This is the standard normal variable z. So this is the 91 is the random variable. The z-score is 1. So how are we? What if it is 92? What is the z-score? So that's what are we going to do, or what are we going to find? So for example number 1, suppose IQ score are normally distributed with a mean of 100. So this is the question, and a standard deviation of 10. If your score is 85, what is your z-score? So example for this is the mean 0 and the mean is 100. The standard deviation is 10. So saan ang 85? So dito 'di ba ang 85? So 85 can be here. So this because the standard deviation is 10. So ibig sabihin 90 is the z-score is 1. Paano kung 85? 80 is 2, 1, 2. Kasi 10 ang standard deviation. So 85 could be 1 point, and sorry, this should be negative 1.5. So negative 1.5 or so on and so forth. So how are we going to solve that? The formula for it is z is equal to x minus the mean over standard deviation. So that's the formula. So the formula could also be rewritten as x is equal to z times the standard deviation plus the mean. So if you're looking for x, but in this question we are looking for z. So the z-score ni 85 is x, which is 85 minus the mean. Mean natin is 100 over the standard deviation na 10. So 85 minus 100 is negative 15 divided by 10, which is negative 1.5. So tama yung sinabi natin kanina. The z-score ni 85 is negative 1.5. So next question, on a nationwide placement test that is normally distributed, the mean was 125 and the standard deviation was 15. If you score 149, what is your z-score? So kasi mas mababa siya, mas mataas siya sa 125, so it's positive. So positive ang z-score natin, sure. So zx minus mean divided by SD. So 100, the score is 149. This is the mean, the x, and this SD minus 125 divided by 15. So using calculator, 149 minus 125 divided by 15, the result is 1.6. So this z-score is 1.6. For question number 9, the heights of teacher in Santa Catarina National High School are normally distributed with a mean of 150. So the mean is 150. Standard deviation is 15. So the standard deviation is 15. The height of Sir Victor has a score of 3.25. So the z-score is 3.25. So what is the actual height of Sir Victor? So we're looking for x. Yung hinahanap natin instead of z is x. So the formula a while ago, kapag hinahanap as x is z times sd plus the mean. So x is equal to z, 3.25 times the sd, which is 15, plus the mean na 150. So 3.25 times 15 plus 150, that's 198.75. So ang height ni Sir is 198.75. Kulang na lang siya ng 1.25 para mag 200 cm siya. 2 metro ang kanyang height. So that's very high. So number 10, suppose you have the population values of 40 and 70 and their corresponding z-scores are -1 and 2. So if the score is 40, ang z-score niya is -1. So kapag ang score naman is 70, ang z-score niya is -2 kasi 40, -1, 70, -2. Is it possible to determine the population mean and standard deviation? If so, what are the values? So, if this is the normal distribution, if this is 0, -1, -2, so 40, this is 40, 70. So, the question here is we're going to solve for the mean and the SD. So to solve that, we're going to need the formula x is equal to z times SD times mean. So for the first one, kapag ang x is 40, ang z is -1, SD plus mean. Kapag second naman, kapag score is 70, -2 times this plus. So we have two equations. Kapag may two equations ka, tapos hinahanap mo sa x and y, there are four possible solutions, or 3, graphing, substitution, and elimination. So because this one, meron ng magkapareho sila, you could easily have the elimination. So elimination, what we're going to do is subtract. So 40 minus 70 is -30. -1 minus -2, it's +1 SD. 1 minus 1 is 0, so this is cancelled. So we know na, should it be negative? So it should be negative. We have a negative result in here because our given is wrong, so it should be +2. So but because we have this, so again the standard deviation should be positive, so this should be +2. So in here pala siya +2, this is 70. Sorry for the mistake. So this is +2, +2. So -1 minus +2, that's negative. So that's still -3. So -3. So -1 minus 2 is -3. Divide both sides by -3, -3. It's the SD is +10. Sorry for the mistake a while ago. Did not see that, I copied it wrong. Next is, because we know the SD is +10, so we could use the first equation. 40 is equal to -1 SD plus mean. So the SD will become 10. 40 is equal to -1 times 10 plus the mean. So 40 is equal to -1 times 10, -10 plus the mean. So we could transpose this, 40 plus 10 mean, the mean is equal to 50. So that's the result. How are you going to solve it? Thank you.